Hi there. Today I'm going to start a series of combative concepts. Now, we've already been presenting videos on the combative techniques, and we will continue to do that. We've got quite a few in the pipeline. But I think it's very, very important to emphasize that just the pure techniques, the strikes and so on alone don't really give you the self-protection. So it's got to all be backed up by these concepts which you can put into action alongside, and they form the bedrock really of what we're doing in combative self-protection. In order to do this, I'm going to start with a talk about the vital pyramid, which is a structure which shows where everything fits in together. And you'll be able to refer back to this video if you need to as we present the concepts more fully in future episodes. The vital pyramid was introduced to us by Lofty Wiseman, and it's we found it very, very useful. Now, there are other systems. Colonel Cooper used to use what he called the combat triad, but the pyramid, I think, is much more comprehensive, and it's certainly been useful for us. The base of the pyramid upon which everything else rests is mindset. Mindset really is what makes the combatives and self-protection work. Without mindset, your chance of surviving a violent confrontation is very, very slim. And what we have is our program in the combative series, Offensive Mindset, and as you can see, it's a pretty detailed program. So the vital pyramid really is the way in, the handrail into that whole program. Mindset itself is divided into various phases, and the first phase is preparation. The ability to assess risk and threat, the ability to plan your procedures, plan how you're going to live what we call the tactical lifestyle. A big element of this is mental rehearsal and visualization, which is a proven method used by elite athletes to perform at top level, and it's a proven method to work. Then scenario training, any scenario training and exercises that you do will hone the preparation mindset. So this is all stuff done in advance of anything else. The next phase is situational awareness, and this is putting the mindset into practice in your daily life, whatever your occupation, whatever your hobbies, whatever your travel plans are, and so on. And it's always got to adapt to what you're doing. The tools of situational awareness include the color code, the OODA loop, observation training. Things like Kim's games will give you the ability to be much more observant and notice things, and also the study of combat indicators, kinesiological factors that give you the indication of imminent attack. We will discuss all the phases, all the aspects of situational awareness fully in subsequent videos. The next one is reactive mindset, or what we might call the fighting mindset. This is how your mind, your mental posture performs under the stress of a violent confrontation. And this includes control of fear and stress. And again, we have quite a lot of material for doing this. Mental state control. The generation of aggression. Something that Marcus introduced us to, which he called cold fury. And he explained about this in some of his writing. It's a very, very key concept, and it's something that we will discuss and touch upon, I'm sure. Then is the after action phase. Now, the samurai had a concept called zanshin, which means remaining alertness. So after the initial action has subsided, it's very, very important not to let your guard down. And it's dealing with the adrenal crash. When you've been in a heightened state and the response of the amygdala and so on, which was kind of turbocharged the whole body for maximum physical and mental capability to face what might be life-threatening attack, then straight away the body wants to bring you back down to normal, and it floods the bloodstream with calming chemicals. And this can have a very soporific effect, and we have to be on guard against it. Also included is dealing with shock and trauma. You may see things around you which are very, very disturbing. So they're the phases of mindset, and we'll be going into them in full detail. Next on the vital pyramid comes tactics. These have been described as ways of putting your adversary at a disadvantage while putting yourself at an advantage. And there are foundational tactics such as use of cover, proxemics, light control, the ability to maneuver, positions of advantage, domination, and so on. All these things are basic use of tactics. Then you've got more specialized tactics. For example, if you're working with a partner, if you're working as a team, you may be a police officer, vehicle tactics, you may be a member of a close protection team. Again, specialized tactics are involved there, and they all must be taken into account and trained. Next on the vital pyramid is skill, and these are both the hard skills of unarmed combatives and the use of weapons, whatever weapons you are carrying, whether they are edge weapons, impact weapons, firearms, and so on. Training in their use to as high a level as you can get. Now, I would say that the traditional martial arts put overemphasis on skills to the detriment of things like tactics and mindset. Skills important, and we should train, and obviously that's what I've been engaged in all my life, but all the other things are important too. And there are other skills that are important, for example, first aid, tactical communications, driver training, this kind of thing, all useful skills that you may need. Then the final level on the pyramid is kit or equipment. This is everything you would be carrying: tools, weapons of either offense or defense, protective equipment, communication equipment, and so on. And the shooting community tends to put overemphasis on kit. Now, a lot of shooters train their skills to a very high level, particularly competitive shooters. But there is a whole section of the community which is, I would say, too involved in discussions of kit. You know, the merits of 115 grain 9mm versus 124. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm as guilty of that as anyone else, and I've had many such discussions. But in the whole scheme of things, it's a minuscule part of self-protection. Decent kit, yeah, the best you can afford, the best you can acquire, the best you have. On the other hand, a lot of people are issued stuff and they've got no control over what they get. So you've got to be proficient with what you are issued. And it's the tip of the pyramid, and it's the least important part. And as I said earlier, everything rests on mindset. If you take a United States police officer's duty belt as an example, it's very important to train with all the items of kit. So he or she might have OC spray, a baton, a taser. Now, three very different use of force weapons. Each requires a different training method. Each requires you to make decisions. Do you go for a baton? Do you go for a spray? Under what circumstances? It's all got to be trained. So kit isn't just something you carry around. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people who think just because they're armed, they're protected. It's far from the truth. So that's the vital pyramid. It's very important. We've used it as a logo for CQB services in the past on our t-shirts and so on. And as I said, it's the structure for what we're going to be discussing in the weeks and months ahead, alongside the normal book, movie and equipment reviews and so on. I have done the second part of the interview with Paddy Phillips, and I will be editing that and I'll get it up probably straight after Christmas. And this will be the last video of this year, so look forward to seeing you all in 2024, and meanwhile you and your families all have a very happy Christmas.